As a beginner project for carvings, I will show you in this video how to make a square bowl. I hope you enjoy and big success. And in this case we will make a square bowl, and the first thing we do, we draw a border line around, and then we make a center line, which is not really important, but it's going to be really helpful. The chisel, what I am using for this project, is number 7 and 12 millimeters width. Always try to avoid to stroke off wood chips off your chisel to avoid injuries. So hi there, I'm going to show you how to take the first steps in wood carving, at least how I did it. But of course there are many different ways, but this is a little bit my way. So I hope you enjoy this. So of course there are many different ways to try to keep your piece down. This is quite important actually, because you don't want to have it all around, and you should never ever do these kind of things. It's a little bit, yeah, it's going to be messy. We don't want that. So of course you can use clamps, depends on the table what you have. I mean, in this case I use Veritas, quite good, perfect. And then you have another one also, because of course when you go deeper into the bowl, these kind of clamps are not really good. So then I have another solution. You just can put a piece of wood here and as a stopper, and then you just put these clamps here, like this. And then you have also a quite good stopper, because you have to be able to turn it and stuff like that. So, and of course there are many more options. Now I've gone the circle, and then it's just to keep on going until we reach the depth that we want to be in, actually. I think most important is to have both hands on the chisel. It's either this way, some people have it like this. I haven't seen, one finger. As long as you have both of them, the danger is not so much that you will cut yourself. Because if we start doing something like this, then we have a problem. I've seen it also. So, both hands on the chisel. Doesn't matter how you do it. Find your own way. It's going to be super. The reason why I draw this center line here, it's just, so people will not go all the way over. Because further you go down here, because it starts to be curvy, the chance that you will hit in the other side is quite big. So that's why I usually just take somewhere here. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just, or if it's here or here, all good. So now I'm almost at the depth that I want to go on the one side. You don't have to take it like this, but it's just for me to show you how it is. And usually I ask people to, go circle. And you see I'm really close to the here. So now we have the depth that we want on this one. And now you can see that the curve is like this here. So when I was mentioning in the beginning the center line, to not go over it, it's just to get used to, when you come to this point. Because if I would go now and carve here, the danger is a little bit that I would hit into this side. And we don't want that. So that's why the center line is good to have to start with, so you just get used to, not going all the way over. Almost done with the inside. So it's almost, I think we are here. Now let's look. It's really good to use your fingertips, go over and see if there is some hilly area. It's a little bit more here in the center. And then actually I think I'm happy with this outcome. I think this should do it. Yeah. And of course, with a different chisel, you will have a different chisel marks. So it all depends on the taste of each and everybody. You want to have this size, or you want to have it more flatter, cleaner. So whatever you want, that counts. I like it like this, so that's how I usually teach. But then again, everybody has their taste, so you can do whatever. Yeah. And now is the back side. So now I'm going to take the back side, and I've already drawn a line here, a border line that goes all around, and also where you want to, how far are you going to go into the bowl itself. I mean, you can be here, you can go a little bit further. It's all up to you. And the end result is something like this. Hope you can see this. Now, this is one way. It's just to take it down like that. You can also do it a little bit like that, or you can go this way. It's a little bit more tricky, this one, because then you have to be careful when you're coming closer that you will not go through here. But in this case, I'm going to stay on the safe side, and I'm just going to take a straight all down here. So usually on the ends here, the wood is much harder. So of course you can use hands, just like this. But you can also use a mallet. And the same idea is just like when we started on here, we did go circle around, and it's the same here. You just take the circle around this. Half is done now. Have to take a little bit more here. And now it's just the same. Sometimes you have the chance when you are taking the backside of this bowl that the chisel will hit the table, as I've done here a little bit. Of course, this is a carving table, so I don't mind, but if you have maybe a different table, like I used to when I was starting carving, I could only use the kitchen table, and then that's not really good. So then you can just have a underplate that you don't care about, and then you are all good to go. Then you can well, I think we are done. Yeah. Good, good, good. All good. Now, the only thing I usually let people do in the end, we take a sandpaper or we take these lines off here. So, all the lines are off, sanded them away, and now you have a nice bowl. And you can, in my case, I will use a lacquer as the finishing touch. A lot of people use oil. There's also a possibility of wax. Many different things that you can put on, but that's up to you. So I think this is a really nice first step carving project. But like I said, everybody has their approach, so you probably can find different ones, but this is what I teach. So if you like this video, please give me a thumb up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.